Oh, what's going on, internet? People of the internet. Jesus, Murphy. My cat really destroyed that box. You really... Hey, cameras. Look up. Look at the camera. She don't care. Anyway, people. Today I'm actually filming with the Gopro Hero 4. I didn't realize this thing actually had really good audio. Also, for the longest time, it was broken, so I never used it until I decided to fix it after I got some parts and replaced the stupid USB jack on it. I guess I could have been using it because the only problem was I had no way to charge it via USB or get the media off the camera except for extracting the card. But I have 3 batteries for this camera, and I could have got an external charger, which probably would have worked. Don't get me wrong, I am still going to be filming with the Canon camera. I've just been thinking, you know what, let's try and film with the GoPro. I know a lot of people who vlog with these cameras, and their footage turns out pretty good. And I do have to admit, the footage on this thing actually looks a little sharper than the footage on the Canon. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm getting a bowl because we're going to make some fat bombs today, and I got to pull my pants back up because they keep falling off my frickin' body. Friggin' hell. Sorry about the outburst. What we're going to do is make some cream cheese based fat bombs because this shit has 5 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbs, 1 gram of protein for the old Philadelphia cream cheese, and we need 4 tablespoons of butter. So let me get this all ready. So unfortunately I can't really get started on the fat bombs right now because I gotta wait for this to get up to room temperature, and that's 1 brick of cream cheese, 4 tablespoons of butter, and my watch is not fitting my wrist right anymore. I'm gonna have to use another loop on it. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna do that while holding the camera and quite possibly farting right now. Oh, well, that was close to being poop. I'm gonna have to wait for that to heat up. Basically, I need to go out grocery shopping because there's an ingredient I need for this, and that's called erythritol. Erythritol. It's a alcohol sugar that will not get you drunk, but it also doesn't count as a sweetener on keto because it just burns right up. So what we're gonna probably do is put some socks on, put my belt on so my pants don't end up around my ankles. I was looking at the stove to see what time it is, but it's actually 1:30, not 5:30. I gotta remember to change that. We're probably gonna take a rip over to the grocery store while that shit on the counter gets to room temperature. They come by and grab garbage yet? Oh, they have. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing because I also have a can at the side of the road. Anyway, let's get ready. Let's bounce off to the grocery store and go pick up some erythritol. Okay, what I'm going to do is probably leave the monopod here because I don't really need them in the truck. Head out to Food Basics, who currently has some deals going on, but erythritol is not. Did I just put my keys down? I kind of need those. No, I put them in the wrong pocket. Tell you people, lose my head if it wasn't friggin' glued on. But yeah, it's funny what. I'll talk about that in the truck. It's about video editing and such. Man, this lawn is destroyed. Oh well. So let's just go grab the garbage can, and then we'll jump in the truck and get out of here. There's a lot of wind noise right now. Pretty interested to see how well this thing performs outside after getting the new case, because they say that this case blocks the wind, but I don't understand why that'd be the case when they give you a damn mic mount on the thing so you can put one of those little GoPro mics onto it, and there you have it, eh? But whatever. Anyway, let's jump in Truckosaurus here. Let's go to Food Basics. Something else I didn't realize that this camera can do that I didn't use is it has auto flip it upside down mode, so when you put it upside down it records right side up. Pretty killer. Alright, let's go. So yeah, I didn't realize the audio was that sensitive on this camera until the other day when I went to go pick up that Pure Later package, which turned out to be the Dell laptop. And I had my music on in the truck, just really low, and I figured that's low enough, the camera shouldn't pick it up. It barely picks up my voice, these GoPros, because they're garbage. And I figured with some tuning, I could probably get the sound to come through, because I talked a lot on the drive to Pure Later and back. And then I gets home, fire up the feed, and realize, holy shit, you can totally hear Gord Downey's voice coming over the video feed. As if he's like in the car with us. And that's when I realized that the last, like I did a firmware update on this thing recently, because I've never done a firmware update on a GoPro ever, because like if it works right out of the box, why update it, right? Like if it does everything you need it to do, why potentially put a firmware on there that's going to cause you problems? Like the old saying goes, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Unless the firmware opens up some new features that are pretty cool, there's probably no reason to bother to give her, you know? But to each their own. And that's when I realized, wait a second, this camera actually has some pretty cool features in it that I should probably be using. And it's a shame that I bought that Canon, because if I would have got this thing fixed sooner and started using this, I probably would have just said, well guys, we're using the GoPro. Because the Sony it was a good camera, it did a good job, it had amazing stabilization features. It has some weak points that a lot of those Sony cameras have. Mainly in the, one of them was in the the tripod mount. Every single one that I've seen, the bolt gets sucked through the cheap Chinese plastic, and then over time you won't be able to use your tripod mount anymore because it breaks off, and then you're kind of screwed. And mine is pretty cracked in that area. It's probably going to fail any day now, but it doesn't matter because I don't plan on using it anymore, for the main reason that getting data off of it, pain in the freaking ass. Because of the way you got to take the data off of it. Because you got to use that stupid cable. Like there's a port right there on the camera, right by the cable. But that's to plug in something like the Sony proprietary hard drive, so you can download all the media off of there onto a 1 terabyte hard drive. Let's say you're doing some great big project and you're going to be away from your computer and you can't vid dump. Well, don't worry about it. You can just vid dump to this 1 terabyte storage and carry on. Because to get memory cards for this camera, you got to get some seriously juicy speed memory cards, or otherwise you're filming in potato resolution, which kind of sucks. And the whole reason why I went with that model was because I was like, well, internal memory, I guess that's not too bad. I'm like, oh, and it charges through USB, that's not too bad. And they didn't have a demo when I picked the camera up, so it was one of those get home and realize, oh, the USB cable to charge is built into the hand strap. That's stupid. Well, we won't knock it till we try it, and never gave me problems for the first 6 months, and then afterwards it was hell on earth. And the audio on that camera was a pain in the cock. You guys were always saying, oh yeah, the audio sounds great, the audio sounds great. You don't realize how much work I had to do to get that audio to sound great. That camera had shit audio. It was so sensitive. Fine when you're looking at it, but you pointed that camera away and it just ignored everything behind it. Very, very directional. Not so much 5.1. And the worst part is the camera is a 5.1 surround sound camera, but whatever method it was encoding the channels, I couldn't get Adobe to read it. I couldn't get Sony to read it. I couldn't get any of these programs. Only one that actually read it somewhat okay was Final Cut on the Mac. But even then it sounded really weird when I rendered it and played it back. I'm like, I can't upload this. These guys are gonna freaking lose their minds listening to this. It literally sounded like the audio was hyper swapping from the left channel to the right channel and back. but the waveforms look good. It's just the final resolution that came out was like, nope, can't upload this. This vlog's not going up. But I ended up just running it in 2-channel mode, and when I didn't have the camera on me, and this is what was a pain in the arse, is I would have to normalize the feed and then combine both channels into a single mono channel. And then when I rendered it out as stereo, it really didn't, like, you never even noticed. A lot of people didn't even realize that happened. Of course, now they're going to say they did just so they can save face, because idiots are like that. But in the end, it didn't do anything to the quality. Nobody knew what I was doing. And if I wouldn't have done that, people would have bitched and moaned, because every time you turn the camera away, we can't hear you, or it always comes. Actually, I had that happen. I forgot to do it on one vlog. I just left it alone because I didn't care. And people were bitching and moaning that all the audio is coming out of the left channel when driving, and that's because I sit on the left of the camera. And that's how sensitive that stupid sensor was, that the microphone was. Such a poor design. But I do have to say, I do miss the old Boss, the old bionic optic stabilization system that the camera had. That was badass. We'll just stuff it right here between these other two Fords, who obviously can't park like I do. Like this guy over to my left, he's on my side of the line, and this guy on the right. Well, right now we got 3 trucks taking up 4 spots. Jesus, Murphy. All right, people, I'm gonna head her inside, grab my shit, and I'll be back in a bit. Peace. All right, guys, I think I found my first downside to this case. This aluminum one from Amazon's. It's black, right? It's sitting in the window. What's coming through the window? Sunlight. What does sunlight do to black things? Makes them stupid hot. I just burnt myself on my GoPro, guys. I shit you not. I'll let this guy go. Alright, let's get after it here. So, we got everything and more. Like, I wasn't really hungry, so I don't know why I bought so much shit, but I bought stuff for lunches too, because I remembered we're going into the weekend. Oh, better not jump this guy. He'll wreck he'll hit me like that other guy did. That exit, man, that's a bad exit. They shouldn't have that great big sign right there letting people know the deals at Food Basics. You can't see around it to see if anything's coming, and if you decide, well, screw it, I'm just going to jump it, by the time whatever comes around it, it's already too late. You either get on the throttle and go like a bat out of hell, or you hope to Christ their brakes work and they actually see you and slow down. Not a good spot for advertising sign. But yeah, as I was loading my shit into the truck, the one truck on my right was also a regular cab. And he's coming back as I'm loading my stuff in, and he goes, it's nice to see more people driving regular cab trucks nowadays. He's like, not many of them on the road. And that's true. It's like 90% of the time you see a regular cab truck, it's got some company's sticker on the side of it, right? Not a lot of people go out of their way to drive regular cab trucks. They all want the 4 doors for more whores, or 2.5 doors, or you know what I mean. Like, there's not a lot of us out there that'll drive a regular cab truck, so we tend to turn heads. Even though my truck is base bottom, people tend to turn their head when they just see this black truck rolling around with no company logo on it, going, what the hell's going on there? What is that? And it's funny because at work, the one day I was parked in the I couldn't park in my spot, so security just told me to park in the maintenance zone, which it was nighttime, so there should have been nobody there for maintenance. And the building manager showed up and said, who's here doing work? And security was like, nobody, like nobody signed in, here's the logs. We just got one guy upstairs in IT, that's it. And they're like, well then whose pickup truck is that? He's like, it's the guy in IT. And he's like, Why would a guy drive a regular cat pickup truck is what he said to security. And I said, why wouldn't a guy drive a regular cat pickup truck? They're freaking awesome. You know, all your buddies call for a ride and you can't go pick them up because I can only fit two. And somebody's got to sit in the middle of the bench, like, it's going to be uncomfortable. And then they go, maybe I'll call around. I might call back if I still need that ride. And you're like, okay, take your time. And then when they call back, you just don't answer your phone a bunch. But, like, it's perfect. It's the perfect vehicle. For a single guy like me, this truck is the shit. Now, of course, if I made the mistake of hooking up with a lady and having a baby, obviously this truck would quickly outlive its purpose, because I don't know how the heck you would, like, I guess I could put the baby seat in the middle of the, like, put this middle chair up, baby seat here kind of operation, and that'd be okay, but like, I don't know if it's illegal to put your vape stick in the friggin' car holder in the baby seat. I'm kidding, guys. I'm freaking kidding. Jesus, Murphy. Anywho, hopefully when we get home, the cat didn't get up on the counter and knock over the Fat Bomb stuff. If she did, well, she's going to become an outdoor cat. And we can get to blending and making some fat bombs, cause I want some fat bombs. I really do want some fat bombs. Yeah. Yes, I do. Oh yeah, I still got one more thing I gotta do. I forgot. I gotta boil the shit out of about 3/4 of a cup of strawberries. Son of a bitch. But at least we got the erythritol. Erythritol. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you more when I get home. Okay? Okay. Bye. Okay, guys. I found a new use for the air fryer. It can hold up the GoPro. So, what did we buy? Well, got some more haddock. Good old haddock. Love my fishies. Every time I go, can't get hickory sticks, so I get pork rinds. Good old almonds. Yup, come in French too. Got me a big old dirty slab of beef, because I plan on making some crack slaw for the next couple of days. And it's gonna be good. Got me some steaks. These are gonna be good. One for tonight, one for tomorrow night. Nice. Got some asparagus, because I miss having stinky pea. Some broccoli. Chopping up broccoli. Some mushrooms. Hey man, you want to do some shrooms? Some more spinach innards. Another head of cauliflower, because I go through it fast. A chocolate bar, 85% cacao. 14 grams of fat, only 7 grams of carbs. I usually get the 90%, but they only had 85, and you can only eat 3 squares, so whatever. And last, but not least, the ingredient we needed the most. It says stevia on it. I could have sworn it was Truvia, but it says stevia on it. But it's made with erythritol. It's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 protein, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, but it's made with erythritol. So, boom shakalaka, that's what we're rolling with. Nice. So, something I need to do. Strawberries. That's right, people, we're making strawberry cheesecake fat bombs. Need to get some strawberries cooking in a pot of water, just to melt them down a bit. But to mix all this together, this is funny. Back in around 2012, my parents bought me this for Christmas. 6 years later, I'm finally using it. We're going to use it to mix the cream cheese and butter together. That's been sitting out here getting to room temperature. I think it's almost there. I don't know. We'll find out when we whip it. Whip it real good! What the hell am I going to do with raspberry? Jesus, Bobby, what are you going to do with raspberry? I was about to close the freezer and leave them in there. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to heat them up just to soften them up. And probably smash them in the bullet to get them into a puree. What I need to do is come over here, set up my mixer thingy, get some shit out of the way here, and start mixing up this butter and cream cheese. So let me do that. Okay, let's I cleaned off my blender things, figured out how it works. Let's see if we can blend this. Okay, so it's pretty much like a cheesecake texture now. Let me just grab a fork and Actually, this thing will probably work. I don't want to lose any batter, guys. I won't lose any batter. Too good. Tastes good? Tastes like cream cheese. That is good. This will make a good chip dip. Chipdip.com. Okay, I'm not saving shit. Okay, never mind. So I'm going to need to do this again. I'm just going to move that off to the side. And now, man, this thing is kind of stupid. Like, there's no way to sit it down. There we go. Okay, so what we end up with this pasty cheese-like substance. Now it's not sweetened yet because we haven't added our 5 tablespoons of erythritol to it. So what I'm going to do is go back to the strawberries and have a look-see. Okay, so I got my 3/4 cup of strawberries inside of the magic bullet here. They've been nice and softened. And the reason why I want to get it into a puree is because I got to blend it into this cream cheese after we add the next couple ingredients. Let's go for it. Okay, so first off, what I need is, I thought I had those measuring guys. What are you? So let's add this thing like sealed for security reasons. Good. I like it when I buy products that have the seal of nobody had their finger in me, not breached. Man, have you guys seen Trailer Park Boys? Like the last season? When they're going through the supermarket to pick stuff up and then Ricky grabs a chip dip and totally just opens it in the store and just rams his finger into it and takes 2 dollops and just eats it right there. And then he covers it back up and puts it back on the shelf. Well, because of that, I actually started taking the lids off of packages at the store that I'm going to buy. Okay, we're just going to go with 4. I was debating on adding vanilla to it, but I don't think you add vanilla to cheesecake. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add the strawberries now. Man, that does smell good. Remember guys, if you clean your magic bullet right after you use it, it's easy. If you wait till all the shit dries off, it's hard. And the more dishes you do while prepping is the less dishes you have to do at a later date. Okay, so we got our erythritol in there. We got our strawberry shit. Let's go ahead and hit it with the old mixer. Okay, there we go. Looks like pink piss, but it's good. It's good. Oh my god, that's delicious. I just licked the friggin'... Remember when you were kids? Your mom would make an icing, and then she would hand you one of these things, like a popsicle? That's some good shit. These are going to be frickin' amazing fat bombs. It's funny, right? Because this is just the guts that goes into a cheesecake. Like the filler, if you will. So, now, we got this made. I'm just going to put it aside here. How are we going to make them into individuals? You probably wonder. Well, a while back, I bought this thing off of Amazon's. Bought a little silicone tray. It's a baking tray for making bite-sized brownies. I'm just going to give it a quick rinse. Now, I got this idea from Keto Connect. And the reason being is when you don't need to like spray it with Pam or coconut oil or anything. Because when you're ready to pop out your items out of the molds, you can just, they're silicone, right? So you can just push them out. This whole tray is flexible. Brilliant, right? Yeah. So now all we're going to do is put some of this piss. I should be doing this with a spoon, not this stupid spatula thing. Okay, I'm going to grab a spoon. So this is the first ever fat bomb I've ever made. You know, I was wondering when it was going to happen where I was going to be like, you know, I should probably make some fat bombs, because there's some times at night where I'm sitting there and it's not quite bedtime yet and I start getting hungry and I really just want something to snack on, but I don't know what. It's probably too late for pork rinds because they're pretty high in the caloric range. Like that whole bag of pork rinds is about 400 calories, but the fat will sustain you for like the rest of the night into the morning. So what do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You have a fat bomb. Because these bad boys are only about 80 calories each, and I can't remember the macros for the fat. But that'll all be posted in the video description there for anybody wondering. And I actually got this recipe from not Keto Connect. It was from another ketosis YouTube individual. And I saw it and I was like, wow, no big cheesecake recipe. You have me at hello. Well, not really, but man, these look like hell. So far we made 12. Still got a lot of batter left too. Now the thing is you're probably thinking, wow, those are tiny, and they are. They're about 1 by 1 inch square. You know, the size of a bite-sized brownie. But it's the way keto works, guys. The fat you eat fills you up, so you're less enticed to eat a lot. That's why like Fat Bombs and the Bulletproof coffee and all that, it's super high in fat, not too bad in calories. So you don't eat much of it. You keep your caloric intake low. And this is the reason why the diet works. It's not because how some people say it, oh, it's because you're teaching your body to use fat. You don't need to teach your body to use fat. Your body already knows. When the carbs are gone and there's no more glucose to burn, switch over to fat and start pulling from the stores. It knows this. It's into your friggin' programming. Like, all this does, all the keto is more of a focus on low carbohydrate intake so that your body will be in the fat burn state. Because if there's no carbs to burn, your body will just switch over to fat, which is what this whole diet is about. Running on fat, losing fat. And of course the Atkins diet, the reason why it works is because your body prefers not to use protein as a fuel source. It will in an emergency situation, but it would rather not. It would rather save the proteins for muscle regeneration and other functions within the body. But if it's required, then it's going to start burning protein and then gradually start burning the rest of your body down. Like, some of these are just way too full. Where did I put that spatula? Maybe I can slim some off the top of some and move them into others. I don't know. Like this one over here, way too much on it. This is funny. Some are just going to be perfect. Others are going to be like half cocked. But you get the picture of this whole ketosis thing. It makes sense if you think about it, because if you're not giving your body enough caloric intake, or well, that's how weight loss works in general, is if you're not giving your body enough calories, it's going to pull from the fat stores. And if you're not eating a lot of carbs, your body has to run off fat. So it's the way she goes. I'm going to tell you, that's some good taste of fat. Okay, next up, you can put it in the fridge or the freezer. I'm going to tuck this stuff in the freezer so that they're done sooner than later. Alright, let's do this. Even got this cute little spot for them. Oh, they're going to be awesome. So excited. So, now what I'm going to do is clean up my mess, go upstairs, edit up some footage, and we'll check back in a few. Alright, peace. Alright guys, I've been just editing up the video for today, and I decided to make some dinner. Didn't film that part, I just cooked a steak. Well, you saw what I got for groceries, right? Sounds like the air fryer's still going, but that's impossible because I only set it for 15 minutes. And, oh no, I'm not able to speak right now, so please leave your name and number after the beep and get back to me. No, air fried a steak. I was going to go out and barbecue. Then I thought, nah, I'm really going outside. It's already out there. It's warm as shit. So I did a steak and some asparagus. And for dessert, hopefully those Fat Bombs are ready because I'm anxious to try them. The batter was really good, so I figure it's just going to taste the same, except probably cold. I don't know. We'll see. So that's my dinner. Steak, asparagus. Gonna get some proteins and stinky pea. Good for me. Alright, let's go drive this in my face and wait a couple more hours and those Fat Bombs should be ready and I could probably have dessert. Current time is 5 o'clock, so perfect time for dinner. Didn't get the didn't get in within didn't get a didn't get in within didn't get. She still doesn't like the camera, people. Eh, well, that's her problem. Anyway, it's about 7 o'clock at night. Had my dinner, waited a half an hour, came downstairs. Oh, jumped on the friggin' bike, ripped some hit. I changed it from 10 reps to 15 reps. So, rips, not reps. And then, went and had a shower and checked out these things. And I think they're done. So, I'm going to pop them out of their molds, see what we got. Let's do this! So, I should be able to just push them out. At least I hoped. Yeah, just pop them out. So, obviously, because I sucked at filling them, some of them are going to be pathetic. Like I said, first time making them, I'll learn. Sorry if you're not getting the shot, or I'm not getting the shot. Jesus, Murphy, these things are stubborn. Well, that thing's soaked for a bit. I'm going to grab a Ziploc bag, and then we're going to bag them up. Alright, so I got a freezer Ziploc bag here. Just going to start chucking them in here. Now we got a nice freezer bag full of fat bombs to eat. Whenever we get those nighttime hungers and we don't want to actually eat anything heavy, we don't have any snacks on hand, well, now we do. And I saved one for the taste test. So there you go. That's basically what they look like. Tastes like yogurt. That's freaking good. There you go, people. Another thing to keep me from eating junk food. Fat bombs. Lovely. It's kind of amazing how right after you eat it, you're no longer hungry. Like, it completely satiates your hunger. And the reason for that is the macros. Each one of those little fat bombs is 58 calories, about 6.5 grams of fat, 1.2 grams of protein, and 0.6 grams of net carbs. It's pretty good. And the taste, it's like, can't compare it to anything. It's like yogurt, but not really. I don't know, it's fantastic is what it is. It's a good dessert, and it fills you up. Makes you feel full, makes you feel good. So probably definitely going to be doing a bunch of that, a bunch more of that in the future. Got to work on my whole filling the tray technique, but that'll come with time. Anyway, people, I'm going to shut her down here. Try and get my thermals under control, because Jesus Murphy, I'm running super hot right now from doing that hit. But thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace the frig out.